right, we're back. I think we're back. Yeah.
Yeah.
To hour 2 of actual play, the Wobeggong crew, and we're about to jump on a score.
Let's do this. Something fast. Something smugly.
Sean's
Yeah.
first
Yay,
score.
something smugly.
Sean's finally going to score.
Yep. I'm ready. I'm ready for Maud's first score. She definitely deserves to do some hard work. Yeah.
Cool.
So what kind of smuggling work is there now that we're at tier 1 and we're on the charts? People know who we are.
You're actually a thing. So, Scannon, just before you get out of prison, the Billhooks head guy Tarvel calls you in to his
Cell?
He's got a cell to himself.
Of course he does.
You have no idea how he got appointed this well.
Spidery bastard.
Yeah, I picture Tarvel as played by like a gray bearded Liam Neeson.
Oh, nice.
But
Seriously,
older.
I saw more of
much
Brian Blessed personally, but that's
okay, fair enough. He's much older. Like he's an old man, and he's once he was like the badass cutter for his crew, but he's aged now. And he says, Crow, I'm sorry you had a rough time in here. I would have done more, but I couldn't. My hands were tied.
Well put, sir. Well put.
I didn't even mean it as a damn pun. I've been in here so long, I don't even see those things. Anyway, I got a job for you.
Do tell.
Good old-fashioned smuggling.
That's right up our alley.
There's a ship coming in, but it's not going to come into port. Someone's got to go out to meet it. And then you just bring the goods right into the butcher shop.
Okay.
Right into my son.
Okay.
That's it. Simple.
I like the simple plans.
Good. You just got to avoid any blue coat or imperial entanglements. I don't want to be paying any taxes on this nonsense.
I understand.
Enjoy your freedom.
Thank you. Now, mind you, I will have to take this to my crew.
Of course.
Okay.
I'd be disappointed if you said anything else.
Deja vu.
So many people think so highly of us. Let's keep that. Let's endeavor to keep people
that sort of thing going. Yes,
highly
exactly.
of us. Let's attempt
How
a bit of
wonderful
restraint and morality that the kind that engenders people to have faith in you and not think that you're backstabbing bastards.
Restraint and morality.
It's amazing how much not being a complete shitheel can actually make you stand above the crowd.
The other
in Dust
shitheels.
Bowl.
Yeah.
That's right. They
The other
didn't fuck with any of
shit
those
is
guys.
those
They just killed them.
Precisely.
Awesome.
Yep.
What was this guy's name again? Torquil?
Tarvel.
Tarvel. Thank you.
Played by Liam Neeson or Brian Blessed, or the child of Brian Blessed and Liam Neeson.
An aged child of
The now middle-aged child of Brian Blessed and Liam Neeson.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, Scannon, you come back, and there's a door on the headquarters.
And so I walk up to it and I go, the password is fuck you all.
I was going to say, you think we haven't had a chance to tell the crow what the password is, but I get a feeling.
I knew you get it right off the bat. Yeah.
You just nailed it. It's just intuitive. How did you know? I mean, I've heard things like you hear us talking about this outside the door.
Exactly.
Like we
on the door, on the outside of the door, there's a watch, a pocket watch hanging from it. A very nice looking little pocket watch.
I'm sure there is.
You know,
Put it back.
I'll add this to my collection.
We fixed up the place. But
so I've heard. Now open the bloody door before I have to come through it.
Oh, all right. I was just fucking with you a bit. So you hear like the latch pull, twist, turk, heavy lever, right?
No,
like
wait,
pull,
it goes left, not right. I don't know.
I got this, Charmin. No, all right.
Scanning, can you? Oh, you're on the outside.
But there are maybe a few attempts where like this new lock is definitely we haven't quite figured it out yet. Mod is not, she just take a few tests.
You keep working. I'm going to get my gun.
And she's like, "Welcome back," and then she sees you, and she's like, "Oh, welcome back."
Indeed.
Oh fuck, mate.
Yeah. Well, I have to admit, this is a bit different than the old place.
Well, we took the coin that you saved us, and we spent it on fixing this place up. Finally getting a door, moving some beds in here, draining the place out a bit.
Well,
I see the Charmin's still breathing.
Pulling bullets out of Charming. Yeah, all those things. Good.
We always like that.
We got you a pillow with, sorry, I did it backwards. A bed with a pillow. Actual goose feather.
Ooh.
Figured
flash all of a sudden. Very good. I'm happy to be on board with that.
And not to be indelicate, but things are a bit thin now. So
well, I come bearing good tidings then. Glad if you would prefer.
Well, first, mate, how are you?
I'm still daring.
Good. All your pieces in one place, same place.
Everything's still in the same relative order as was when I left.
Anyone need a lesson taught to them?
Let's just say that education and Iron Hook is a two-way street.
Well, you say it, I do it.
Well, while I was leaving my time with the at the Iron Hook Club, I ran into the leader of the Billhooks, Talville, and he presented me with an opportunity to smuggle something. And I thought, well, since that was what we initially got the gang together for, we might actually attempt that. And you may have the possibility of killing someone.
Oh, I could take a bit of a break from that by myself.
Fair enough.
It's true. We did. I mean, all of this, the whole reason why you had to serve your time, Crow, was, well, a myriad of things, but in part because of all of that killing. Not that it wasn't necessary, I'm sure, Charmin, but oh, my accent's going everywhere. It's fine. It's terrible. I'm always bad at this, but
it's all right, darling. It's all right. Just relax, breathe.
But perhaps a bit of moving product without having to kill someone doesn't sound bad to me.
So we're supposed to meet a ship offshore and then bring back the shipment to the butchers and to Tarville's son.
We know what a shipment is.
Did you want to go and ask him?
No, I'm fine outside. Thank you very much.
And do we know how much we're going to get paid for this?
No, but I think that the Billhooks have done us well the last time, so I don't see why they would knock us back this time.
All right.
You have to realize that Willoughby is the one who usually negotiates this stuff. She's the slide.
No, I appreciate you coming to us with work. I thought maybe we would, as we were talking about getting in good with the Hive, not that these are mutually exclusive, but it seemed to me that our good old pal, Mr. Pritchard, we should
check in with him.
Perhaps see if we could be of use. Not to speak ill of the Billhooks, but they don't really further our.
Well, we've just.
That's
not necessarily true. I mean, having the Billhooks owe us something, or at least be in good graces with them, is not such a bad thing. On top of which, I really feel as if we should perhaps, given Charming's state and Willoughby gone missing again, that perhaps we should walk into walking rather than run into walking.
And here's what I'm thinking about it as well. As far as a hive, and I agree we need to start working on it, but I'd rather have Willoughby around for that.
I agree.
Here's what I'm thinking. Like, we got to make friends, like, and she knows how to do that.
Oh, all right. Fair. Let's do this. Let's go help out. Now you say he wants the shipment taken directly to his son Corin, and not
that's just what he said to me.
Not to his sister Aaron.
Well, I heard there's a bit of a struggle over who takes over that gang. Right?
That's what I heard as well.
I failed to see why Tarville isn't. I failed to see who's trying to take over, considering Tarville hasn't relinquished power yet.
You'd know best, but what I heard is he's an old man on his last legs. He's about to wither away in that cell. No.
Allow me to share a little story with you. When I was a bit of a young nipper and I'd first come to Duskfall, I was in a place called the Smuggler's Roost, and while I was there were 3 stevedores who were probably well into their 40s. All of them bent, but of all stringy and long muscle, most of them drinking some kind of scow or sack, and hardly flinching at the taste of it. When in walked 3 Imperial Marines, just fresh off the boat, all of them laughing, and one of them made the mistake of spilling one of these stevedores' drinks. And the stevedore stood up to him and he said to him, "Lad, surely you wish to apologize." And the Imperial Marine, being full of his marineness, decided that this old man couldn't possibly stand up to him. He said, "Not at all." And he proceeded to pour out his drink on top of the old man. Well, they fished those 3 Marines out of the canal later. Just because he's old doesn't mean he's weak.
Well, all the better reason then to be in his good favor.
I concur. So therefore,
I think also what more might have been saying is, if we do this job and we drop it off to his son, what's his daughter think of it?
That's what I wonder. I don't know if Aaron is someone we want to make enemies of, but that's family politics.
So perhaps,
and we are doing her father's bidding. So
the best way to get it done is to make sure no one knows we got it done. I
concur.
Is there any way we can make ourselves less recognized? Not with our boat. Everyone knows our boat. Everyone. It's actually in the boat. It's a pretty recognizable boat.
That it's recognizable.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it blended in with everything. I thought
we could hide it really well, but
gotcha. Okay.
It, everybody knows.
Everybody recognizes the blackjack. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's got the flaw.
Yeah.
Distinct.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But it's nimble, sturdy, distinct, and finicky. All right.
Which is why we have Kyle, because it's finicky.
Right. Okay. I was gonna say who pilots this Kyle. Okay. Cool.
His fucking name. God damn
it. Well, we wanted to do a smuggling job. We wanted to bring Kyle into it. Here we go.
And we want to use the boat, so we get to do all 3.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I think we're gonna make this as straightforward and as
I have no problem with that plan whatsoever.
As possible, and we're gonna use a transport plan to smuggle. I mean, we have to pick a plan, and I think the plan type that we're picking is a transport plan, and
so we have to pick out the route. Eh?
Yeah, I have to pick out a route. So, Judd, could you maybe on the map show what? Hold on, let me pull it up first. Maybe you could show us on the map a little bit where we're going from and to.
Okay.
You know, if you know how to click on the little 20, it'll show you if you hold down the mouse when you click, it'll make a little this thing.
Oh, one of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I've always wanted one of those things.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. So you have to meet a ship out past White Crown.
Okay. Got it. Outside the Lightning Tower.
Yeah,
Fun.
outside the Lightning Tower in the dead of night. And then you've
So,
got
like, 18 hours of the day.
right. And then you've got to smuggle it back to the butcher shop, which is in Crowsfoot.
Nice.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
All right. So we have, as smugglers, one of the things that we have.
This is under a crew sheet?
Yeah, a crew sheet is I thought we had maps. Maybe that's not. Huh. Okay. Never mind. I'm thinking of something else. I have a different crew with map smugglers that have fine maps. I'm not sure where they got it. Okay. Scratch that. Well, we still at least have part of the normal gear includes basic maps, which are now tier 1 maps.
Right.
Things smugglers have. So we have some sense of shipping routes and things like that.
Yep.
And without actually, having to figure out where everything is, I would say, do we know if either the east or the west openings of the North Hook are more heavily trafficked?
I would say the eastern one over here
Yep.
is more difficult to navigate. So it is not as well trafficked.
Awesome.
But it is a little dicey. Like, you got to get in between these islands, and there's some places where you can run aground.
If only we had a nimble ship.
If only you had a nimble ship.
If only.
So,
also, it looks like there's something in the water here in the western opening.
that's a lightning tower.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I say I'll just propose. I mean, the nuanced details of this we sort out in the score and flashbacks and things like that. But it's just a general route.
Okay.
I would say, how about we go around the eastern side, hug close enough to the islands, to the shoreline, that we don't get sort of spotted by no spotlights that are looking for ships in the main canal. Like, we stay really close to the shoreline, kind of duck along Bowmore Bridge. That's that big bridge that goes from White Crown to Brightstone, and then tuck into the canals and make our way down that central canal down to Crowsfoot.
Okay.
We could even use smaller canals because there's tons of little canals that aren't on the map. We could go through like little dinky canals.
Could we do that? Could we break down that canal that's through Brightstone down to that side canal and then over?
Yeah, just above Charter Hall.
Try that. Yeah, that's the
one.
Then
we that seems like it takes advantage of our nimble ship, and is where there'd be slightly less spotlights and traffic watching ships coming in and out.
There you go.
Plus, I think as soon as we get into the canals, then we just immediately look like normal gondola we just look like everyone else, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, we slow down and take it nice and easy.
Yep. It's out in the channel that it's clear we're moving goods, or clear that should be probably
nefarious things.
And if I remember correctly, from the Foghound, we got some quality government documents for transport and cargo.
That's true.
That we might want to just keep on hand in case we do get pulled over and need to bluff
our way
with us.
Good call.
Just saying that. So, how's that sound as a route to everyone?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good. Let's do this. So let's do the engagement roll. Is the operation particular bold or daring? I mean,
we're not out in the face of things.
Well, we're going out into the void sea outside the lightning tower. We're leaving the protection of civilization.
Yeah, it is. Okay. It is bold. I think it's not reckless like most of our missions have been, but it's definitely bold. Does the plan's detail expose the vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? No, not
I think the target in this case is the bluecoats, right? That's who we're trying to deceive.
Yeah. Well, it's the bluecoats and the Ministry of Preservation who probably mostly deal with the docks, and smuggling things in. And I'm going to say not particularly.
Yeah.
You don't think those islands up there are a weakness
Uh,
that a nimble boat might be able to get through?
Okay. All right. I'll give you the die on that, Jay. Okay. So you have 3D total right now.
I cheesed it.
No, it's
You totally cheesed it. You shined it. Good job.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight? Or are any enemies or rivals getting in the way?
well, we do have Ellen, a dock worker, who might be able to tell us when. She's a dock worker, though. That's not really the same as
No.
Right.
someone who's going to be like. We're not even going to a dock, so
Yep.
yeah, I don't feel that.
Yeah.
Can
me
we
neither.
pull somebody off of our personal sheets, maybe?
Yeah,
Is there somebody
absolutely.
that we know?
If you have anybody on any of our sheets that feels like you feel like it's reasonable to get involved.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, the extortionist enemy that I have, I don't think is going to be a problem, and my sawtooth is already done with
Yep.
me.
Yeah. Well, you have all 5 people. Just the one with the down tick is a rival. The one with the uptick is a close friend, but the others are still still
Part of your
friends.
shitty friends.
I
yeah.
mean, Satara is a sea demon. I'm just saying, but I don't think I want to try and cash in those chips right now.
Okay.
No, I dig that.
I'll give you that die gladly.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, can I just buy my demise, please? Can I just? Yeah, I don't think so.
Cool.
Oh, come on. I went to jail.
I mean, if you guys want this to turn
Oh,
into
no.
cult business, I can make a cult business like that,
No,
right?
No.
Cult what? You don't, I don't.
No.
Okay.
We're not cultists. We're smugglers.
Let's roll 3D for
Cool.
the engagement roll.
Excellent.
Who's going to roll?
Well, I stole all our 6s, so
Okay.
I haven't
So you're going to roll?
What's that?
I haven't rolled today.
Yeah,
Go
Go ahead.
let's have a charming roll.
Go ahead, Jay.
Just do a fortune roll and call it engagement.
Input
Remember-
value. No notes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, when it's a center value, call it engagement, and then it'll ask for how many dice. Remember, there are no bad engagement rolls. If you get a 1 to 3, we start in a desperate situation. We get XP.
Ooh.
Wow. The poor man's crit.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, sure enough.
Almost really awesome.
So very, very, very close.
Yahtzee. I win Yahtzee.
There you go.
Cool.
A3 of a kind beats 2 pair.
Good. How many pairs?
Oh, I don't think Roll20 could see where we were going because it wasn't quite on the map. So I'm going to show it again. So we're starting from out here, and we're going down to here. Yeah, cool. Now,
All right. You're out at sea, and you're meeting the blue gull, and it's raining because, of course, it is, and
Naturally.
cold rain is coming down, and
Did everybody fill out their gear?
Which is wonderful because if it were warm rain, that would be blood.
we don't select gear, but we do select load. That's a good. Thank you, Jay. I always forget that. We should pick the load that we want. Light is you look like a regular person. Normal, you look like a scoundrel. Heavy, you look like you're armed for bear.
Yeah, you can actually pick what is in the load as you go.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Consider though, if any of us falls in the water, having anything above a light load could be very bad for us. So there's a certain degree to which, and we get 2 free items that are tools or gear that don't count against our load because we're smugglers, because we have smugglers rigging. So I'm in, yeah, or 2 free load rather, because one, yeah, I'm inclined to go light personally.
I am too.
If I fall in the water, I don't want to be drowning.
I'm gonna go normal just because. I mean, if I need to do something, I need to be geared up for it.
Yep. Cool.
All right. And You're in a risky position when the action starts.
You told me the Deathlands are risky? What the fuck, dude?
The Void Sea? The Void Sea is risky?
Is that what they call it?
So you're right.
I grew up on the Void Sea. How can it be risky?
Yeah, you're right. Kind of where the sea level starts to drop.
The benthic zone.
Yeah, and it
Nice.
starts to become like a starry void sea.
Yeah, so it goes from sea to ocean, right? Like it's like nice.
Yeah, there's just like that. There's that definite point.
Yeah.
And what is it called, Pete? What's the name for
it?
The
benthic zone.
The benthic zone.
The benthic zone. That's
where
where 80% of all
diving accidents happen.
No, of all sea creatures live in the benthic zone.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Cool.
Awesome.
It's also a terrible place to go diving because you can like slip really easily. And
you can also have underwater avalanches there too. So.
Yeah. Oh no shit.
Yeah.
We're just giving you all kinds.
So many good ideas. So I think the risky thing that is going on is the waves are throwing your ships around, and there's a possibility of a collision happening.
We are bringing Kyle, just so we're on the same page.
Oh yeah. Kyle's there.
Nice.
Kyle's there.
Well, we're also our nimble little boat is good about handling these things, I feel.
Yeah.
It's nimble and it's sturdy.
Take a beat.
I think nimble gives it +1d on navigating difficult things. I don't remember what sturdy does. I'll pull it up.
Sturdy means usually you can still keep going even though you're blown to fuck.
Ah, yeah. Oh no, it doesn't give you +1d, but it just says the vehicle handles easily. Consider this an assist for tricky maneuvers.
Okay.
So it gives one of us +1d. It doesn't get +1d itself, effectively. And and sturdy is the vehicle keeps operating even when broken. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
And finicky is that only one person understands. It operates at one lower quality if Kyle isn't here.
Mm-hmm.
And we get distinct means we get +1 heat for using it. Cool. So I think Kyle's at the at the till.
Yeah. And he's got his rain gear on, and he's cussing.
Shocker!
And,
really?
Yeah.
Kyle's cursing? I'm surprised.
Cussing like a sailor.
Out for one job, mate. You do nothing but piss and moan.
So Maud doesn't have any control over the boat, so she is trying to throw a billhook, a billhook over the edge of the other boat to catch it and pull it in so that we can try and
you just beat me to it. I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, well, I in fact would like to lead a group action of prowl, because that's what all kinds of physical sort of activity is. If you want to do it with me, I'm happy to lead that group action to like grab the to grab the other boat and try and pull it in and like have a couple fenders on the side of our boat so that when they do smack into each other, they don't damage each other. They just kind of bounce around, and then we can tie one another off.
Awesome. Make that roll.
Cool. I'm gonna try and do it over here. So yeah, so it's a risky situation. I got a dot and prowl. That's good. It's fine. So the way
do I give something to you if I prowl?
If you're doing it with me, then go ahead and roll your prowl as well.
Oh, okay.
We'll take the best of the two.
Okay.
And I'm going to take an assist from the boat being nimble, if that sounds fair to you, Judd. Because
sounds good. Sounds
I
very
think
good.
what Charming's doing the whole time is sitting in the prow and with a big oar hook to push us off anything.
Nice. Judd, is this standard effect? If I succeed, will I do it? Okay.
Yeah.
Are we desperate or are we risky?
We're risky.
Risky?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. In standard effect.
Yeah, you're actually using a billhook for what it's supposed to be used for.
Yeah, we're actually using a tool the way it's supposed to be used. All right. I got this.
Nice.
Apparently.
Nice.
So do I.
And you got it too. Oh, we need synchronized. We could have turned that into a crit.
It's like you're a gang of smugglers or something.
It almost is. We're so close. So close.
Iandel 26. No, Maud is not RC's sister. Maud is Skovlin. She's hopefully nothing like RC. But sorry. Yeah, we did it. I love it. It's awesome.
Cool. The wave comes over and it smacks into the ships, but you're pulled right into the Blue Gull, and you ride it out together. Some ship gets into the Blackjack, but it drains easy, and the cargo goes into the hold.
Nice. I think like to maintain this, literally, unless we're needed, the Crow and Maud are like sitting there in the rain, like, you know, getting pissed on by the water, and just trying to hold the ships together so that Charming can kind of get everything
reminds me
over.
of home, dear old dad.
It reminds me of everything I did before I jumped off a boat and killed a bunch of people.
At least the rain isn't trying to burn our faces off in Lockport.
Good point.
In Lockport, the it's so bad that you can't go outside without, you know, these little slickers we had to get eaten away in a minute. And yeah, she's happy to kvetch with you as you hold on.
Cool.
I always thought that was a myth.
It's Lockport is where they do all the refinery of the Leviathan blood. So it's like a septic, toxic waste zone up there. That's what the Unity War was fought over.
That was why my joke about if it was warm rain, it would be blood.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, awesome. The captain of the Blue Gull kind of leans over and says, "You got it?
We're good.
Aye.
Tell Tarvel we're square. Psychotic fuck."
What?
What? Out of curiosity, what were the shape of the? Because we're holding on, but I'm still kind of looking. What was the shape of? Was it crates? Was it?
Yeah, it was crates.
Okay. And do they have air holes?
It was no. There are no air holes. It was crates and a couple of barrels.
Okay.
Were there air holes in the barrels?
There are no air holes. These are not people. It's just a good old-fashioned smuggling job.
I'm not saying it was people. I'm saying that it could have been critters that were going to a butcher.
It's dark. It's raining. I'm sure we couldn't even tell that well. But there's obviously some tension amongst the crew of, are we going to be moving people? Because
yes, there is. So we don't want to fall for that again.
At the bow, I'm just keeping my eyes open. I'm just surveying the area.
Cool.
I'm keeping an eye out for any trouble.
Sounds good.
All right. So we cast off.
Yeah, and you are heading into the east part of the hook, which is known to be kind of precarious, particularly at night.
Should I make a roll for survey? I'm actively trying to make sure we. I'm not sure exactly if that's how that works, but like I'm just trying to have a heads up just in case anything becomes dangerous. Or
do you want to pivot the fiction in a certain way where you say like, I know what's in the cargo, or I know if there's any blue coat ship like patrols out? Like, do you want to be able to say there's a new thing in the fiction beyond just like, oh, I'm looking around to like be on the lookout?
I guess I was thinking more reactionary than I was thinking proactive.
I would just do it as a flashback then. If like Judd's like, oh, and then you get ambushed. You're like, wait a second. I said I was looking around. I want to flash back to that.
Cool. Good. Let's do a flashback. Where if you'd like, Jay, where Charming goes and looks at the Ministry of Preservation and the Blue Coat tour schedules.
Maybe through the papers that we had.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. I need to minimize you guys. Hold on a second. I'm doing computer things on my computer.
I'm so proud of you.
What position is it? The risky, standard, desperate, monkey.
Olaf.
I think it's still survey.
But what position? What position is the survey? Is it controlled, risky?
I think it's controlled.
Okay. Standard effect.
No, if you're leaning on some functionary's throat, then it would be risky.
Right.
Boy, maybe.
Nice. Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The goal here is just making sure that we don't get into any shit, and then we don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, mechanically speaking, that should be a setup action for when we're trying to avoid the blue coat entanglement. That where they're going to be, so we can use that to improve our position on another roll or our effect.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you know right where they're going to be. And now you're on the prow, keeping an eye out, and the ship is making it through these little islands. On the eastern part of the North Hook. And I feel like it's kind of weird because that's like Kyle's role. Is that right?
Yeah, we could say. Well, Kyle. I mean, if you're worried about it being an NPC, like Kyle is part of our crew. He's potentially even could be a PC at some point in some place.
So it could be a crew role.
Well, Kyle has quality equal to, because he's an expert. He has quality equal to our tier +1, and our boat has quality equal to our tier +1 because we took the move. So it's a little weird that it's neither of those are PCs, but they can make a group action. No, they can't, because Kyle can't take stress. Kyle can make an action, and the boat can give him an assist by being nimble.
Okay.
It's reasonable for Kyle to make a fortune roll right here. He can't resist if there's bad outcome. We're stuck with it, but it's he's gonna
have 3 dice.
Hey.
I think he has 3 dice. Yeah, 2 for being quality 2. And then 1 more for the boat being nimble and assisting. If nimble applies to this, but it seems like that's what we were gunning. That was what we were shooting for.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, sort of.
Oh wait, hold on.
Not horrible.
Not horrible. So we might.
No, actually. Kyle pilots the blackjack.
So that was kind of.
That's totally an action roll. Like that can be Kyle. Anybody can make an action roll even if they're rolling with quality. Right. So if you said that was basically, if that was a risky roll, we should be suffering harm, or the boat should be suffering harm, or a consequence.
Right.
And we could resist it. Like we could attempt to deal, but Kyle can't mitigate that, as he is not a blade yet. He doesn't have it.
Right. You do it, but there is a consequence. You suffer harm, a complication occurs, you have reduced effect, you end up in a desperate position. Got it.
Wait a second, we're put in a desperate position. How unusual for us.
Well, that is an option.
Yeah.
Of several. Judd can give us multiple. You can give us harm, bad position, consequence.
Wait, did we tie down our
What's that, Jay?
Did we tie down our stuff before we left? Oh no.
Why are you helping?
No, I mean, think about it. We were specifically knowing that going along this area was risky, that you could get mashed up against the island and whatnot. It totally makes sense that complications.
And we also, we would have put the stuff that we got in amongst the stuff that we already had. Because that's part of the cover, is that we're supposed to look like we're transporting.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Or of course, the complication could be that a blue coat spots us too. I mean, that's a totally normal thing. We're prepared for that eventuality.
Cool. So you go. He is dealing with the area in between these 2 islands, and you go around this one. He says, I'm going to have to take it closer, and he goes around this outcropping to get into an area where you can kind of wait out the storm. Mm-hmm. And in that area is a blue coat ship, tied up with another ship, and they're clearly doing some smuggling.
Wow.
Oh, I wish Willoughby was here.
Oh my God! That's so good.
Hi, are you guys smugglers? We're smugglers. smugglers.
So like,
So there's
literally, like you pull into this little like storm quay where like pirates have been coming for centuries, and your ship pretty much like clunks into the side of a blue coat ship that has no business being here. It's off the books. It's not here, and half a dozen blue coats look over the side of the ship, and see you guys.
We were taking a look at the manifest and seeing who was going to be in the area. Do we happen to know? Would you recognize this ship at all?
This ship was listed as being at the mechanics getting repaired.
Oh,
yeah. This is not a ship that's officially out here.
This,
exactly.
This thing, like according to the books, this thing has a hole in its hull.
Well, it might in a second.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
But question: Who is the? Do we recognize anybody on the other ship? Like, can we recognize the faction of the other ship? Is it all visible, or are they totally, shrouded,
Obscured by storm?
Well, I mean, our ship is distinct. People know who we are.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So
damn straight. I'm sorry.
They may have a ship that we're like, we know. I mean, if it was the Foghound, for instance, we'd be like, we know that ship.
Yeah. You know what? It is the Foghound.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We killed all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we gave the ship to the Hive.
Right.
Oh right.
Yeah.
That's
So we know exactly who owns that ship now.
Yes, we
and
do.
They're probably doing exactly what they planned to do with that ship, which was hand stuff off.
Which is hand off people. Fuck.
Possibly.
I wish it was cold like scanning.
So I think before we jump into this, Maud looks when she sees the Foghound's, signature thing. She looks at Charming and she's like, I remember you said you didn't want this one to be a bloody massacre. Are you still of that opinion? Because I'm not.
You see, why don't we just go? Sorry.
I know that's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
We're not in shape to take on both the Hive and the Bluecoats right now. And besides, we got our own cargo to do.
this. Exactly.
I hate myself for saying this, but we gotta just make friendly.
Yeah.
It's the bigger game. It's the campaign, not the battle. Yes, I understand.
A beam of light. A beam of light is going across your ship and one side to the other, and they say, "Prepare to be boarded. You have no business being here. Show your papers."
I pop my head right up. Prepare to go fuck yourselves, mate. Isn't that Captain Bragg?
You just said, I understand. It's the campaign, not the battle.
Yes. No. Bear with me here. Isn't that Captain Bragg? Funny how well you're floating with a hole in your hull. Tell you what, you take that fucking light off my face. You go your way, I go mine, and nobody's the worse for wear, right? You know the blackjack, don't you? You want to get in a race?
Nice. I think you're making a roll, Jay.
Yeah, I think you're making a desperate command roll, right?
Roll.
Yeah,
desperate roll.
I'm going to take a little devil's bargain here, if you don't mind.
What? Do you have one to pitch?
Yeah, well, I think I'm going to really piss off the captain of one of the boats, one of the vessels of the was it the Blue Watch? The
Blue Coats.
The Blue Coats. Right now, if this goes wrong,
the devil's bargain happens no matter what. So if you want to piss him off, then that means you piss him off.
Yeah, I'm making an enemy tonight.
Okay, Captain. Okay. What did you name him?
I think you said
Bragg.
Captain Bragg.
Yeah,
Captain Bragg.
All right. Sounds pretty clear like you're making command, right?
Yep.
Now, the fact that he made a successful roll earlier about knowing all this, I guess that just put him in position to know this stuff. Okay.
Well, mechanically what it does is he gets to either improve his position or effect. So he can now say, I want great effect. Well, you tell us what the effect would be.
I know. I think you're right. I think it's great effect, desperate roll.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, fully we're cleared. I want to help by I'm going to help, and I say and I pull up my lightning rod, and there's like a crackle of electricity arcing from it, and as I wave it across, and I say, there's no time for we mortals to be squabbling out here. The spirits are aloft in this place, and it's best if we all move along quickly. So I'm gonna give you a helping die.
Thank you.
But basically, yeah, there's tons of spirits out here that could eat all of our faces.
We'll eat your faces, perhaps, but I'm too pretty.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So you have 2 bonus dice.
Jesus.
Oh, and they completely do you no good.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Sweet mother of God, Jay.
Holy crap. Oh, it's like I'm rolling a D&D character when I was young.
I'd like to try something, Judd, and Sean can kind of guide me through this because I'm not sure how this would be effect. Since we have abutted this ship,
and
I have ghost veil. If I take the extra stress, can I ghost in through their hull and then come up behind the captain with my pistol and just say it would be wise to move on?
I think you can try to do that. We can make a roll where you do that.
Yeah.
But
I think we first need to deal with. I mean, we first need to find out what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a result of getting the worst outcome. That's desperate 1 to 3.
Oh,
so I think
with great effect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst outcome. They've got like a couple of those little roller cannons on deck, and one of them fires, and it puts a hole in the blackjack, and you guys are taking on water.
Right, Kyle, get us out here.
Yeah, that's bad. We can resist.
Yeah,
we can. I mean. Well, actually, it's up to you, John. You could say this is not really a thing we could resist, but we could try and steer to reduce some of the damage to, from level 3 to level 2 or whatever the level of harm you're giving blackjack.
Blackjack.
I don't know that I would, though. I don't think
so. I think you tried to bark them down, and they were a cannonball went off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is the blackjack broken then?
It's taking water. It's lurched over to the side, and it's taking water.
It's okay. She's a sturdy
We're
ship.
listing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, Pete, you said you wanted to kind of
I have this
over.
So I've got this thing, which is one of that I chose, which was Ghost Veil, which allows me to become shadowy and corporeal.
Yeah.
I shift partially into the ghost field, and I become shadowy and insubstantial for a few moments. If I take an extra stress, I can make that last a few minutes.
Got it. Cool.
So
take a couple stress, and
hold on, let me.
So I imagine it like Frodo putting on the ring, in Lord of the Rings,
Right.
And you know how when he does that, he can see all the Nazgul all around and everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you look around yourself and there are fucking, they don't like to come out on water, but on land, there are hungry ghosts everywhere. You guys are surrounded.
Jeez.
Sure, Pirate Cove, a lot of people have died.
Yes.
A lot of people have died.
Oy.
Yes.
Eek. Okay.
But you ghost in, and the captain is talking to someone, and you hear him say, "Did you have to fire? We could have cut a deal." And he goes, "Fuck a deal. It's my head if we get caught on this." And he says, "I would have talked to the lab. That's all I'm saying." And he was like, "Just steer the fucking boat, Bragg."
Okay. Can I snap to and do an attack on this guy? Snap
Totally.
back to reality and okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shot our fucking boat. He's got to take a bullet.
Did you even notice his cannon took off?
Yeah, I mean, do you tell us, or do you just sort of drift off?
No, I just do it. I run at the hull of the other ship and I jump, and then I'm just gone.
You just go through it.
Yes.
Nice. When it becomes relevant later on, Judd, I'm gonna tell you that our vehicle, I think our vehicle has armor.
Yeah.
Right.
So we can at least make that blow not quite as terrible, like taking on water, but not maybe sinking as fast.
Good.
But I don't think that matters at the very moment because right now.
So what do I do for this attack? Do I finesse this or do I what do I do?
So I can't tell you what action to take. So you tell me what you're doing.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is he's saying just drive the fucking boat. I'm going to come out of the veil, gun drawn, right up to his chest, and say bad choice, and pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna help our reputation.
Yeah. I think you can easily call that finesse or prowl.
I'm going to call that finesse.
Cool. So I think this is risky with great effect.
Okay.
We got to roll better than me, right? I should have said that.
Why would you do that?
Well, you can't roll.
Horrible person.
You can't roll worse.
Do that?
You could not roll worse. That's.
I mean, just think about it that way. I don't think any of us can really help you.
That's fine.
I'm not in a place where I would totally would, but
nice.
There you go.
There it is.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you put it right through his heart. And
I'm going to turn to Captain Bragg and go, we'll be leaving now. Do you need me to prowl?
He just puts his hands up.
Hear the bang, and then the cannon wasn't enough.
And I'm just going to say we'll be leaving now, and I will jump. I guess I have to finesse over or prowl over the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean I don't need you to make a roll to get back to the ship. I mean I
okay, yes. I'm gonna walk from him and just jump over the side onto the blackjack.
Got it. Yeah, so you guys hear like a gunshot go off from inside the blue coat ship. Then you see Scannon jump back off and onto the
blackjack.
Onto the blackjack. And
we're called a daring crew, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna look at Kyle.
What you guys don't see is that who they're meeting with are these like hive mercenaries who wear like black jackets with like collars that come up over their faces and like tri-corner hats, and they've got these like gold bee emblems on their right shoulder, and like they're working out an arms deal to get the Bluecoats some military gear, and they hear the cannon go off, and someone says, "It's fine. It's just some smugglers. We're gonna sink them, and we'll be done." And all the mercs look at the head merc, and the head merc, whose face we can't see, just nods. And then another shot goes off, and it's Scannon's shot. It's Scannon's bullet shot.
Nice.
And somebody runs off the boat and says, fucking smugglers shot the captain, or not shot the captain, shot the lieutenant. And the merc says, "This deal is off." Yeah. And they say, "All right, then we'll just," and he says, "No." And he says, "Gentlemen, clean."
Oh.
And they just go into action and just kill everyone on board. As you guys are limping away, hive mercenaries are just wiping motherfuckers out.
Crap.
And you guys are limping away, and I'm assuming you're limping away, right?
Yes.
You guys,
because as soon as I hit the deck, I'm going to turn to Kyle and go, "Get us home."
Right.
I just reach down and grab a bucket.
And you guys are limping away, and you see, you hear the gunfire, and then there's an explosion near the hull of the blue coat ship, and that ship just sinks. And it's like
more ghosts for the for the
yes.
for the pirate for the island.
Yes. And
holy crap.
And you guys kind of limp back to the canal, and again, you're just like another, canal ship that's listing. Like, it just doesn't look that odd once you get back to.
Once we get inside the lightning barrier.
Inside, yeah.
How's Kyle taking this?
Kyle's a Navy engineer. He's okay.
Okay.
In other words, he's still cursing in general in a foul mood.
He's cursing about the hole in the boat. Like he's piloting, and then he'll be like, "Maud, take the wheel," and then he'll like look over and be like, "Fuck." And then he'll, get off that! You don't know what you're doing. And then he's just angry.
Well, we don't have armor. I was checking. We don't have that upgrade. So and nobody resisted it. So we're messed up. But the boat is sturdy, and we'll keep going even when broken. So
right.
Yeah.
Are we at broken status right now?
I think we should be. You failed a desperate roll.
Yeah.
Level 3 harm seems like broken.
The ship is busted. The ship is busted.
I broke the ship. You're welcome, everybody.
I'll mark it.
Why don't we smuggle? This is why.
Don't get me started. Wasn't that the ship you just took? Oh, right.
For a lot of money.
Scanning, what the? I thought we were. All right.
Mate,
you thought what?
What did you do, mate?
I guess the opportunity to settle things civilly was over. So you took it in your own hands, eh?
I think that's a polite way of putting it, yes. Let us just say that there was one more impediment that is no longer in our way.
The thing is, I would say that murdering bluecoats was the stupidest thing we could possibly do, except for the fact that them hive fuckers just murdered them all.
Well, we didn't see that part, I don't think.
No,
Did we see that part?
We see the gunshots. Like, we don't. We know it's the hive, and we know the bluecoat ship got blown up. We don't know the discussion that happened. Right.
Okay.
I'd rather go up against bluecoats than a hive, mate.
I don't think that the hive cared. Number one, to cleanly see who we were, and number two, cared once the deal was done.
We can't afford to make either one of them our enemies, because bluecoats, maybe they have rules that they're supposed to follow, but no. The moment it becomes personal for them, fuck all that. And they've got more guns and more men and more ships.
Maud, I'll have you know that I just spent 3 weeks understanding that. Thank you.
And I think that's what shuts Maud up. She was gonna be like, "What are we doing?" But she's like, "Fair, you got that one. Fair. Let's just do it, and hopefully we don't sink before we get in."
No, let's take care of business. Poor Blackjack.
Well,
I'm sorry,
she's
mate.
a ship. We'll patch her up.
I think I probably could have handled that better, and I apologize. I rub the railing of the ship. I'm sorry, Blackjack.
That's good. That's good. You apologize to Blackjack, and that's what's important.
This is a really important role-playing lesson that if you ever want to get a group really angry, fuck with their ship. It's just like a universal rule. I first learned it playing another John Harper joint, Lady Blackbird. I had some guards disrespect the owl, and the players just lost their mind.
They lose their minds.
I'm sure.
Yeah, generally disrespecting PCs or any of their stuff is a great way to turn people immediately. Our egos are so frail. You insult us, and we immediately.
It's not just that; it's that Blackjack is a member of the family. It even says so on our crew sheet.
Right.
So it's you've just it's like if they'd shot Willoughby.
Yeah.
Or you or Charming.
I don't think we got as mad when Charming got shot. Charming got shot. I'm like, it happens.
Yeah, that's what he does. He eats bullets.
Well, I wasn't there when it was happening, so I couldn't do anything. However, I was there for this, and by golly, I enjoyed doing that little ghosting thing.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
You terrify me.
I hope you mean that in the best possible way.
I hope so too. But whatever way means I don't get a bullet inside my brain. That's a clone, I mean.
So yeah, the rest goes smooth.
Nice.
You limp it back into the bill hooks, and you haul the boxes and the
barrels
into the butcher shop, and Corin is there to meet you.
Well, here's the shipment as agreed upon with your father.
We got the goods. Everything's here. I assume everything's here. Did any of their cargo get damaged?
No, it didn't.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's a little wet, but it's not.
It was on a ship.
Right. He opens a crate and takes out a shiny pistol and says, "That'll do."
Maud's like about to say something and then thinks the better of it. Decides to tell her crew later when she's not in front of Corin.
He turns to some of his cronies and says, "Lock this away, lads. Some magistrates are about to have a really bad week."
Not that that's any of our business.
Exactly.
But Torval indicated that, well, let's settle up our books, shall we?
He nods and he brings you a bunch of silver wrapped up in butcher paper.
Nice.
and like on a spit, like a full pig ready to roast.
Nice. I was gonna say, like, we got to get some benefits out of this.
You got to get some meat from the bill hooks every time you do it.
Exactly.
Right.
No pickle, mate.
And I think it's 8 cash in the
Nice.
in the deal.
Very cool.
I think we can put 4 in the crew, and then each of us take 1 and give 1 to Willoughby.
Sure.
Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'll put it on Willoughby's and the crew's.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Corin looks at you, Charming, and he says, "You don't have any demands to make this time, Charming?"
Don't have nothing either of us needs, do I?
There you go.
How about you? You have any demands of me?
No, Charming, just making sure it wasn't a habit. Sometimes people come into someone else's house and make demands, and it becomes a habit.
Well, people get into habits, it gets them killed. It makes them predictable.
That's what I always said.
Now, I'd say, if you respect a man, you let him know where you stand, and that's that. And you move on.
There you go.
Does we've just learned something about what they're doing? Like he just revealed his
totally.
He just like revealed his plan to
yeah.
to murder a bunch of magistrates, and we also know that what they were smuggling in was guns.
Yes.
Maud's take on that is that the only reason why you would share that kind of information with somebody was if you didn't. I think 3 reasons, and I want to study him to find out if any of these are true. 1, you're close friends and you're fine with sharing these things with your boon companions.
Yeah.
2, you intend to murder them because and you're just toying with them. Or 3, you completely disrespect them and don't think that they're a threat. Like that's what's going on in Maud's head. Is like, why would he show us this information? Why would he share? Where would he brag if he didn't have some agenda?
I don't think you need to make a roll. I mean, unless you.
Yeah. I want to study him to know, and if you just tell me I can figure that out, then I'm happy not to roll.
He clearly considers you guys like close allies. You know.
Oh, cool, awesome. So it's a friendly gesture of sharing that information.
Right.
Once like him and Charming are done
posturing,
he claps Charming and Scannon on the shoulder. And he says, "Always a pleasure, always professional. Thank you, gentlemen."
The pleasure was ours.
And you let us know if you need any help using them guns.
Not really the Wobeggong style, but sure.
Oh, I said us, but it surprises me. There's some people looking. Wait, can I have you? Anyway,
let's not get us into any contracts at this point. Let's go and enjoy the spoils.
Cool. When you get back to the door, there is a courier outside. He's like a 13-year-old girl. She is a 13-year-old girl, with like a newsboy's hat, and she's throwing dice against the wall, trying to fix the roll.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to learn how to cast the dice so they get a certain result.
She sees you all coming, and she was like, I didn't want to leave it at your door, so here.
I instantly step in front of the two of them and put my to like I think it's a bomb or something.
Yeah.
Now.
She hands you this like little black lacquered box.
Okay. I look at it and I hand it over to Scannon.
Can you sign here, please?
I look at Maud and I stand away.
She's one of the ciphers. She's just doing her job. I kind of look. What are we just signing the receipt of a package?
Yeah, totally. Just like package receipt received.
Does it say who it's from?
Mm-hmm.
It is the law office that the Hive uses.
Nice. Oh, the office that the lawyer who came in.
Yeah.
I give this long eye roll to Charming of like, great, they're gonna sue us out of our. This is a subpoena, right? I'm like, all right, and I do some ugly doctor scratch of a signature. And
do you want me to do a survey in the box before I pop it open, or shall I just
no?
Throw caution to the wind.
If they were going to send us a bomb, they'd put the bomb in the house and they'd blow it up when they damn knew we were here. They're not going to deliver it with one of these rapscallions, and I'd send her on her way.
Cool.
That's exactly what they want you to think.
It's just open the damn box.
I couldn't resist. So open the box.
It's 2 coin, and it just says there's a note that says silence is golden.
Done and done.
Instead of sinking us, we get 2 bits of gold. Great.
And
we need never speak of this again.
Yeah. And what's that line from? And I was never here.
This never happened, and I was never here.
Yeah. I think this is. I think this like when like Maud's the research that she's been doing into Cross and like the long-term plans. She's like, this is where we keep our mouths shut, but we don't forget what happened. We know the name of that ship. We know the name of that captain, and we're not going to forget it.
Mm-hmm. We know where it's down as well, where it's laying in a bottle.
Indeed, we know where their spirits, them unruly spirits, are resting now.
That's something I never think of. Thank you, Mob.
That's true. I would have never thought of that either.
Yeah. So awesome. it's I don't want, again, she's like, it's not time yet, but this is more ammunition we have against them.
Right.
What do we do? Cool. You want to do rep and XP and rep this?
Let's do it.
Where are we going to put that money? We don't have room in our, does anybody want to hold?
I'd be happy to.
All right. The way we spend money. All right.
Normally we would give that to Willoughby. That's just kind of the way we default.
Scanning and putting 2 more coin on your sheet. So be prepared to feel like the Bank of the Crow in the future when we say, "Oh, hey, remember that extra money?" And we're just gonna do that for like 5 or 6 coin. I know we'll forget.
He's a fancy lad. He's used to having money.
Exactly.
Nice.
And I certainly won't use any of this to drink tea or hang around with women of questionable morals.
Then why have it?
I didn't say I was going to use this money. I have other money for that.
There's the which money?
Reputation. Where is that?
Like it feels like this character makes you play with your mustache beat.
Yeah.
No, it's just the thing is that I've grown this out far longer than I've had it in quite some time, and a friend of mine made me beard oil with vanilla and sandalwood.
Oh wow!
And it's made my mustache and beard look super soft, like the softest it's ever been.
It's
so there's just something very calming about playing with the whiskers.
Judd, we get 2 rep plus the difference in our tier. So if we went against the blue coats, I don't know who our target was. I think it seems like it was the blue coats. But
yeah, I think I'm going to say it's the Ministry of Preservation.
Holy shit snacks! Okay.
Oh, Jesus, that's a tier 5.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I feel like if you're just smuggling things around the canal, it's the blue coats. But when you're smuggling things from outside to in, that's the Ministry of Preservation.
Wow.
That's a different.
So they're 4 tiers higher than us. That's 6 rep.
Yep.
Wow. Nice.
Yep. We're at tier 1 weak right now, and we just got halfway to tier 1 strong.
Right.
Yeah.
How do we start moving in on turf? And well, you know what? Let's finish this.
We do jobs to claim them. We have to say and every single bit of turf is owned by somebody. So anytime you take turf, you're taking it from another faction.
Jeez.
We asked Judd, hey, who owns the luxury fence? And he tells us, and we decide how we want to take it from them.
Yep.
And that's getting turf is super critical, but it's also the way you ensure you'll have enemies because you just
gotcha.
I'm all about taking turf from the Sashers.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, that's the other thing. We can turn around like what kind of turf does the Sashes have, and specifically go after their stuff too. That's also a totally fair game.
Yeah. Totally. And then the heat is a funny thing. This game.
Oh yeah. Well, I was hoping we'd avoid killing, but so much for that.
We didn't kill. Well, that's not true, right?
That is not true at all. Also, it doesn't matter. It's if killing was involved, we don't have to be the ones to do it. When you're in a job and people die, people ask questions. Where do those people go? Now, we were outside the city.
He could have left the blackjack alone, and he would have still been breathing. Okay, I'm just saying that.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
During downtime, we take -1 heat because we're just passing through.
Yep.
So I think it's contained with standard exposure.
All
it
right.
wasn't. I mean, because like it was loud and chaotic, but it was way out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
You know. I mean, you were literally outside of the light. You know, the
lightning towers.
Lightning barrier.
Yeah.
Neat.
+1 happened on the hostile turf war. +2 because killing was involved, so that's up to 4.
Yep.
And I think +5 because it's a high profile, well connected target. So 5 heat total.
5 heat. All right, we're at 0, so we're up to 5, which means our entanglement roll will be on the second tier, but not on the. We just barely didn't get the worst tier of entanglement rolls this time.
Nice.
Yay!
Hooray!
Oh, actually, our +1 heat is sorry, -1 heat is equaled out by our +1 heat from the boat, so that we're even.
Oh, so we do get 6 then, yeah. Because it's 2 base, 2 more for killing, 1 more for high profile target, and 1 more for the boat. Yep. So we are at 6, and therefore we get the worst category.
Yep.
Hey, maybe we'll just get another rest. Those work fine.
Another. Yeah.
You know, now that we have the coin, I'm happy to pay off any magistrate.
Yeah, true. I agree. No, I mean, it was a real smart move to take it. Thank you, both in and out of character. We wouldn't have been tier 1. We wouldn't have had any, like, all those quality rolls that we were making for the boat and everything else. All that stuff was based on us having an entire tier. So, cool. You want to do XPs?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's go first.
I don't care.
Shall we do one for the crew?
Sure, let's do the crew.
Execute a successful smuggling or acquire new clients or contraband sources.
Could be.
Yes.
I think we did both. I think we acquired a new client because Bluecoats hadn't used us for smuggling before, and now we're like, we'll smuggle for you.
Oh, that's true. Okay,
you know, that's
awesome. Contend with challenges above your station. you guys always manage to do that. I don't know why. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we really did. Well, I mean, the blue coats are. The question is, do we contend with the hive?
Right.
Like, did we poke at that bear?
Right. Yeah. I think like, yeah. There's a lot of things that could be going through the hive's head right now that could be very troubling. Like,
yeah,
the hive could be thinking like, how did they know we were going to be there? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's a problem. Yeah.
Do you guys feel like we contended with the hive? Ultimately, the players decide on this. So
Okay.
I don't. You see, I think if we're accepting the coin to stay quiet, I think we colluded with the hive.
I think you're right. I agree.
Cool.
I don't think we could say we contended with the Ministry of Preservation, but I feel like that's double dipping because but that was really the blue coats. So yeah, cool. I'm happy with that. But
bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. Yes, you totally did that.
Oh my God, we bolstered it so much. Like I think you did it both in prison and by doing the job.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
I think we should take 2 for that one because like
I'll give you 2. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. Yeah.
Were we daring? I don't know.
Well, yeah, and also we were really deciding like what is our plans for like what is our long-term plans? Like when we had the conversation just before everything went to hell, it was like, no, we're gonna do this peacefully because we don't want to cause trouble, because we want to be in a position, right? And then of course that didn't work. But
yeah. And I like that I like that you guys were like, hey, we'd like to do an old-fashioned smuggling mission. Like let's actually do this. That was cool. That was very cool. I like it. I dig it. Nice. That's
and for what it's worth, I mean, had we not bumped into those guys because of a unfortunate roll, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I don't ever want to get into a thing where anybody says like, oh man, all these missions always get more complicated. We're not good at this. It's like, no, you are good at this. Like,
no, we are.
Life. This is the life you have chosen. Like, this is what this life is. And it's not like there's anybody. I mean, you guys just watched the hive, like literally back out of a job because they were like, nope, it just got too complicated. Clean it. Like, this happens to everyone. This happens to everyone at every tier. Like, jobs get too complicated because something happens, and then you have to make terrible decisions. And I think that's, you know, it's not like, their jobs are difficult. It's just the way it is. Cool.
Absolutely. Well, the next sheet I see right now is charming. So, Jay, why don't you go?
All right. Let me grab this. Okay. Every time I roll a desperate action, I'll get them marking that.
Yep, you should take one and resolve for.
You're just challenged with violence or coercion. I could say that I did that.
Yep. It was definitely coercion.
Yeah,
I mean, that was absolutely.
Fuck off! No, bang! Oh. Did I express my beliefs, drives here? I think the fact that I shouted them versus like trying to work it out. Like, I got a problem with people dealing in slaves.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll take one for that. You struggle with issues, your vices, like your traumas. Not really.
Nope. Okay.
Yeah. I would throw in another one. And this is sort of a little bit of our XP mind, Jay, is that like every time we talk about the war and like what Skovlin is like I want to bring Maud's background in here because I think being Skovlin is really significant and fighting in the Unity War and whatnot. And we're out there in the water talking about it. I don't know if that felt like it was to you, but
it does. And I think Charmy can learn a lot more about, because all Charmy's ever seen of Skovlanders is the people that I had to point guns at or, you know,
right.
So I learned,
or Willoughby.
Yeah. Right. Or Willoughby. Right. But not the people, not somebody's like, Willoughby's always fucking high. So yeah, I can take that. That's good. No, that's a very good point.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Sweet.
All right. Next person I have up.
Is
I don't have anyone.
Maud.
All right, Maud. I'll do me. All right. I did not have any desperate rolls. Just a challenge with knowledge or arcane power. I definitely got dirt on. Pritchard by talking to the cult of the Saint of Witches.
Yep.
Put that on the altar. Take that one.
Yep.
I did help on your command roll by telling everybody about the spirits.
That desperate command roll,
Yeah.
That desperate command roll, yeah. And then I would almost say that's like maybe not fully, but then I think also by mentioning that they're ghosts or somebody we can go back to later on as like leverage that we have. I feel like between that, it's legitimate that like that's Maud's sort of area, and we see like there's a reason the crew keeps her around. I expressed my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. My background was important in terms of like framing, like Maud saying like, well, this isn't nearly as bad as we have it in Lockport. And I think my beliefs, like Maud's beliefs weren't actually that strong. So I want to take one for background, but like I would love Maud to be like more ideological, but she's just kind of not. Like she's just too pragmatic. So I'm only gonna take one there. Maybe
pragmatic mystic, an interesting combination.
Yeah.
No, but that really does shine through in situations where like, hey, how about we not kill everybody here, huh? I mean, I want to, don't get me wrong, but
right.
we get the emergency brake.
You know what? That is her belief. That I'm taking it. That is her belief. Is like, which I hate. I loathe as a player, but like pragmatism over ideals. You shuffled with your issues from your vice or traumas during the session. Nope. I don't have any trauma, and my vice cell has not shown up. Her obligation. The only thing was I didn't go to jail because I was gonna be like, I got to take care of my family, but that was never a question. So that wasn't anything I struggled with. I get a playbook advance, which I'll take.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What are you gonna take?
I think I'm gonna take because I've kind of envisioned this retroactively as almost a retroactive thing. Iron Will. You're immune to the terror that supernatural entities cause.
Awesome.
On site. And the reason why is we talked about Maud being like on the beach with like all the dead around and being like cool with it.
Yeah.
And that's how I envision that. So it's a little bit retroactive, but I think that.
Yeah.
So now that you're the freaking high ghost goat priestess, you know.
I'm 2/6 of high ghost priestess.
Exactly. You're almost there.
Yeah, exactly.
Get your goat in.
Scanning, let's do the crow.
Okay. All right. Well, I turned into a ghost for a brief moment of time to kill a guy. So I'm going to take I addressed a challenge with stealth or evasion.
Yeah, you did.
I expressed my beliefs twice. Once going to jail for my crew.
Yeah.
And once for shooting a guy for shooting my ship.
Yes.
And then I struggled with a trauma when Maud and I had to get into the little verbal tete-a-tete.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Bob was like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "I'm doing what I freaking deserve, what I earned by serving time for us." That was great.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was awesome. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Did you make any? You make any rolls that were desperate?
Yeah, I made the finesse roll.
Okay.
Oh no, was that risky?
The finesse was risky. Yeah, we only had that one desperate roll.
Never mind. I am taking that off.
You get 1 XP for that, right? You only get the bonus when you're training.
Correct. Yeah. The having training only. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Made the adjustment.
We did a downtime and a scored one session. I love it.
Nice.
I feel like such an accomplished crew.
And
Maud actually got to be on a score with you guys.
There we
go.
Yes. Finally.
You're finally an earner.
Finally part of this.
You're in the gang now, Maud.
No, I'm real. Now she's really in the gang.
You've gotten to hear Kyle swear. You're officially a gang member.
Yeah, nice.
I didn't pick up any stress or any wounds for once.
I did.
Sweet. I got a little stress.
I have.
No big deal.
Cool.
All right. Shall we call it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Nice tight one. Thanks, guys.
Thanks to everyone for joining us in chat.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And you all have a good one. I'm gonna switch over.